No, we're not. It says now we are.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Sister Talk. I know we haven't been on in such a long time. It's probably been like months.
They're living our best lives.
Yeah, so I guess we'll all do a check-in. The world has been chaotic, and I mean, chairs have been trending, and fires have been burning. There has been so much going on in the world. So let's just do some individual check-ins, and then we will check in with the planet. Onyx, how are you doing?
Oh yeah, you're asking me?
She said Onyx.
Oh, okay. Me, I'm just trying to live in this crazy world and exist and, be as happy as I can be. That's it.
I mean,
yeah.
You were very low speaking, so.
Because I'm multitasking. I have to multitask for a minute.
I mean, multitasking is a good skill, so you do that. Yeah. How are you doing, Ella? Your hair looks fabulous first. I'm loving, love the honey blonde.
Oh, thank you. How am I doing? I'm disassociative.
Disassociating. That's a good coping mechanism, honestly. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you just have to check out and just either be in your own head or in another reality within your head, then it works. But yeah, I've just been really busy with work stuff, and then got really frustrated over something that really upset me about the work stuff. And I'm sure you, Onyx, and second Onyx.
Oh, she didn't change it. I didn't change her name.
let me change then, Onyx. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. You go ahead and I'll change my identity.
I'm sure that both of you, Onyx, can agree on that the upset that happened. So I'm still trying to get over that, and I'm also trying to get over the fact that my ex is married right now, and he can't be my friend. So I know y'all hated him.
I didn't hate him, but I didn't like him for you.
Yeah, and
I will like. Never mind.
But as a friend, he was amazing.
Well, do you think it's possible? Because I know not to just, but I don't really. I'm questioning whether it's possible to deem someone, and I know other people will disagree already. I can hear in my mind that some people are going to say, "Yeah, sure," but I don't know if someone who is unethical and have bad character in a dating relationship can necessarily be deemed as a good friend outside a dating relationship. I mean, I'm sure people can say, yeah, they are, but for me, I feel like if you have a bad character, why am I want to be friends with you? Like, if I'm not going to date you because of whatever, then I don't even want you to exist, really.
Right. Well, the thing is, we ended up breaking up because my divorce didn't go through fast enough. And so I guess there was feelings that there wasn't motivation for my divorce to go through fast enough, because maybe I wasn't over my ex-husband, so that was that. And that was the reason why that ended up happening. But then also there's insecurities. He had not only that insecurity, but the insecurity that whenever we were together, other guys would be like staring at me and try to sneak and talk to me. As soon as you walk away, some people will come and start trying to, talk to me, but like they would have excuses like, oh, do you want this job? Or they're trying to offer me like business stuff, right? but he would be like, no, they're just trying to get at you. Why didn't you say that in front of me? You know, and this and that. So, yeah, there was insecurities. And so it's whatever it is, what it is. And when he told me that, the girl that he was seeing, because we were still friends, was someone, the only person that he had ever felt like he could trust after he had been cheated on. I was like, then y'all should definitely be together. So, but I just figured that he would just realize that I was the best thing for him, and then we would end up back together. But yeah, that didn't happen. So it is what it is. Obviously, I'm moving past that, but I just thought that we would have still at least been friends, because he had always said that we'd always be friends.
Yeah, but I think that it's better that you're not, because if I don't, friends after relationships don't really, it's not for me. I know that's all you guys' category. You think it's great. I know Valerie maintains friendships with people that she's dated in the past. I
mean, if you're able to do it, then you are, but some people just aren't able to do it. Like I had no issues with it. So actually, often I think that I could have a better relationship of as a friend with an ex, rather than if I was having a hard time in a relationship, because obviously we got along, we had chemistry, we enjoyed each other's company. There was just some factors that we couldn't get by in a relationship. And if jealousy and insecurity is one of them, you're better off as friends.
Well, no, you're better off not associating. And I did, like, jealousy is a beast. So I feel like that comes up. And also, I feel like one of those problems that actually pretty girl problems, like when you're in a relationship and you're attractive, the guy always has some kind of insecurities, and that's just a reality. And I feel like too often there is this need to either try to bring the woman down to feel less of herself, or just having an attitude for no reason other than you're getting more attention and they feel insecure. And I just don't like that. I don't think that those ingredients work well in any kind of relationship, friendship, or otherwise.
Well, I would say one question before you even consider starting a friendship with a past partner is, can you be friends? Can you be good friends if you were a bad partner, first of all? And then second, if that partner has low self-esteem as a partner, is that going to be a good friendship? Is that going to be a balanced friendship in the first place? Because that jealousy, that low self-esteem is going to carry on to that friendship, regardless.
Well, see, the thing is, I think we're assuming that the person is a bad partner. Like, obviously, no one is going to want to remain friendship or even in contact with someone that was bad to them, so unless, there's a care, and sometimes you care to know that they're fine, but you don't really want to hang out with them. So clearly he wasn't a bad partner. Actually, to me, he was, okay, I go based off of my feelings, obviously. And
sorry,
the way that I felt for the majority of the time in the relationship was safe and cared for. And I knew that, anything that I needed or not desire, because desire was definitely not, but anything that I needed, I could get it from. And that was a sense of security. Yeah, so that was only it. But obviously, like I said, we got along very well. We had really good chemistry. We were really good as friends. We were always laughing. We enjoyed every second that we had together for the most part. So we did everything together. So obviously we never got tired of each other, but there was still that insecurity because whenever we were, together, it's like, oh, now you are just mine and I don't want anyone to look at you.
So I hear you saying that your needs were taken care of,
Yes.
but your desires, your wants were not.
Oh, Boo, look how pretty you look.
Ella? Or
Yeah, you look really pretty. You do too,
Right.
Gina and Ella.
So,
Or
Thank you.
so what I was gonna say is, I know
Onyx and Ella.
When
Your
someone,
picture looks pretty, but we can't see you. I mean, I can see your picture on the Zoom, obviously, but we can't see you on camera.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna get on camera. I'm about to vacuum this room. So
I'm sorry.
Mute up when you do.
I really wanted to talk about that really quick, that need. If someone's only meeting your needs, like your basic needs, but they're ignoring your wants, that kind of leaves you on like a survival mode.
Well, no, survival is to get your needs, right? So
Exactly. So they're just meeting your basic survival. You're always wanting, you're always desiring. That's not a comfort. You're not satisfied. You're not feeling fulfilled.
right. So I didn't say he didn't meet all of my desires. Like majority of my desires was. I mean, we had one incident where he didn't, and there was literally one. Like literally any store that we went into, anything that I want, he would pay for it. There was one time that he didn't, and obviously it caused a huge rift, and we ended up breaking up.
But it's still treating someone like you're their property to me isn't a safe. It's a red. These sound like red flags. To treat someone like you belong to them, you're my property, and if other people are offering you a sense of security, like, hey, I can help you build your own, and that's a threat to him, to me that sounds like a red flag, an issue.
Recognizing red flags, but I'm not going to like go into your relationship because that's,
Yeah, I think we should try to not personalize. This would be better. So not personal.
I think that's probably a good call.
Yeah, but I do appreciate the feedback though. Yeah, I mean, obviously I've done some reflecting since the breakup, and I don't want to be with him. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship with him, but I mean, I still miss the friendship. So that's all.
But for more generalized, I would say to ask yourself in a generalized way if you can be friends, because as Onyx said, typically I am friends with exes. I was very cordial and friendly with my ex-husband. One of my exes were best friends.
For years.
Godfather of my son. We still speak today. Best friend, like literally best friend. But those people have to be.
I'm laughing because it's like the vast difference for me. It's like never.
Yeah, some people, if they're toxic people, then I don't want to talk to them ever, like literally ever again. Those are people that you cut completely out of your life, like delete.
There's literally like none of my exes that I'm friendly with or talk to. I'm trying to burn every bridge. I'm trying to burn every bridge that's connected to you. I
She's
think
like, burn the whole town.
Me too.
Yep, I am. I am not trying to be connected to you after I leave.
Like, if your whole bloodline cannot exist after I know you, that's where I'm at. Like, you shouldn't exist, your bloodline shouldn't exist. Let's just like erase your whole existence, delete you from this planet. That's my energy. But
Yes, and and that's what I'm saying. So for the people that if you can be friends with, those are people that makes you feel safe, that are morally good people. They always make you feel safe. They make you a better person when you're around them. They are good people in society. There's someone that you would want your children around. If you could leave your child with them and you know your child will be safe. If they're around your mother, your family, they're going to respect everybody around. You know, they're pillars. These are people that you could actually look up to or say that's a good person. And the only reason why, like with one that's my best friend, is just because maybe your timing didn't align, or you wanted a child and they didn't, or they wanted a child and you didn't, or something like that. It is not.
Or like your divorce didn't go through and they wanted to be married. I mean,
that's like one of my biggest issues, the fact that I don't even feel like he should have been dating you, knowing that you're divorced based solely on his profession, that he should not have been even dating you. But that's my biggest
yeah, I don't think so, because
but I'm trying to not personalize. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to be friends with that person, it shouldn't be you're not being with them as a partner can't be something big, or when you are intertwined with them, there shouldn't be any oh, hi Minna. Oh, Minna's in the chat room. So
she's not, I'm signed into her thing.
Oh, now I'm disappointed. Okay, I should have known. She does. She's forever disappointing me. No, she is. But so I think if you can't separate your own like actual personal affection, and keep a really strict line between friendship.
Right, that's my point. We could.
Then
I always can. I'm very yeah, I compartmentalize things, and I'm very rigid in my this is this, that is that.
Anything now or generalize.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're absolutely right. If you can't separate yourself from the relationship or the past relationship that you had, then you definitely.
I think if it's still in the mourning process of that personal relationship, then no, you can't be friends with that.
Right. Yeah, because you're just you don't separate it. You still feel like it's a relationship. You're still in that same relationship. Yeah, there's no jealousy. There's like, I literally gave him advice on how he should talk to his girlfriend, and you know, because he would be telling her, you know, oh, I like this about Ella, and I like this so much about Ella, and I'm always talking about Ella, and I was like, you need to stop doing that. Like, if you like something and you want her to be something or do something, you need to just tell her you like this and you want her to do it or be it. Don't tell her you like it about me, because then she's gonna hate me. So I mean, I gave good advice. I wanted him to be happy and secure in a relationship. I mean, I want happiness for, you know, anyone that I care about. So I wanted him to be happy, even if it was or was not with me. And I still, you know, wish happiness for them in their situation. So yeah. I'm just jaded by the fact that because of the fact that he kept telling her, oh, I like this about her, I love this about her, and now she doesn't want him to have anything to do with me.
I just think that I mean, from hearing that, you really maybe I'm definitely not mature. Maybe I shouldn't even be dating, because for me, if you're not happy with me, you should never find happiness.
I'm gonna go out in a blaze of glory.
Never find happiness if you're not happy with me. It's like, I feel like if you couldn't,
she's like, then go ahead and die.
No, I feel like if you couldn't make things work with me, then you really are a trash person. You shouldn't even exist. And I don't, and you definitely don't.
And that's basically where I'm coming from, because it's like,
why would you get happiness if you couldn't make things work with me? Please, no, you definitely don't deserve happiness.
And on that note, most guys can't though. Most guys just can't make anybody happy. And that's why
They're not meant to, I don't feel like relationships, the person is meant to make you happy. You should be happy going into a relationship and content. I don't expect a guy to make me happy. I'm saying that if
I
they're
do.
content and happy while they're with, like, if you can't, like, if you don't consider me heaven on earth.
Right. No, I tell guys too, because like if I'm dating and a guy tells me like, oh, how did this guy approach you, or what? Do you like try to get at guys? It's like, no, like I don't want a guy unless he's obsessed with me. Like he literally needs to only like the fact that he was telling her about me. Yeah, that's hot, but like I need to feel like I'm the only one that you want. I need to feel like you only have eyes for me. I need to feel like you only want to be with me, because I would be that same way with you. I'm not gonna be like, oh, look at Homedu's hot. Okay, no, if Homedu's hot, then go be with Homedu, right? So I need to be the only hot person to you.
Right.
That's how I feel in a relationship. How are you going to feel secure in a relationship if someone's always telling you what they like about somebody else?
I could never be. I could 0% never be. I like, honestly, if maybe I'm probably going to be one of those people who die alone based on what I hear on these.
Or the thing is, dying alone is seeming a lot more appealing nowadays.
No, I shouldn't say that. I would just say, what tends to happen, or a dated stalker and a criminal who's willing to stalk me for a long time, which is not good either. But it's like, I got some growing to do.
I think a guy's job is to make me happy, and if he's not making me happy, I literally don't think he has a purpose on earth.
On earth, okay, so.
I think that it's not a person's, like, I don't expect a man to come into a relationship and make me happy per se, but maintain my happiness, absolutely. Not contributing to my misery, absolutely. Like, because I think a person, if you're not happy, you probably shouldn't be in a relationship. If you're looking for somebody to make you happy, I do think they should contribute to the happiness. I think they should bring more happiness and fulfillment in your life. And they definitely shouldn't be making you miserable. And the minute that they start making you miserable, you should probably be getting out that relationship.
To the left. And then I'm pretending that this isn't that wine that you left in the refrigerator.
It's a Moscato.
Oh, it probably is.
I'm pretending that it's not.
You could just leave it in there for when I get there.
She's clearly drinking it.
She is obviously drinking it, right?
No, this is literally the
Thanks
first
for
time.
bringing that to my attention, Ella, that she's actually indeed drinking it.
And enjoying it too. I mean, she's smiling all big.
It's some good wine.
No, but back into relationship things, I think most people actually start relationships solely because they're bored, and out of boredom and dissatisfaction with their lives is how their relationships start. And then guys take advantage of that because they're like, okay, let's do things and have fun and take you on activities and dates. And then they're like, oh, I'm really happy with this guy, but it's really they're happy to get out of the house.
Oh goodness.
How you do? No, but you have to break up with them as soon as they stop. As soon as they.
But I'm saying this is how relationships happen. And they're like, oh, I'm in love with this guy because we done all these wonderful things. And it was nothing about the guy's character. It was all about the activities. It was like,
the dating, huh? Well, that's why they say in your relationship, you have to keep dating. The guy has to keep dating you. Like, I mean, sitting in a house by yourself isn't fun. But I mean, women can date ourselves. Like, I don't mind going and taking myself out to have.
I realized that because I was like, I love traveling, but I actually have to I don't want to do like activities by myself. I actually need somebody to participate in those things with me. And I just need somebody to admire me as well. So it's like, I can't be like, oh, you look good all the time. That looks weird. I need somebody.
Like if you're complimenting yourself, you're like, oh, you're so beautiful,
like
Onyx.
Somebody. I mean, I do want someone to know me, not just externally, but I want someone to actually know who I am as a person, and then be able to appreciate who I actually am, not just like, because I know I look great, but I like someone to actually know who I am as a person, and then like,
You do want that connection.
right.
It is. And I think that's what, like, I was watching a video that Sinji did, and guys know that. They know that women need that connection. They know that you want someone to know you. And so they do. They will sit there. And I just went out with the guy a few times. And a lot of them will sit there and they'll listen to you, and they will try to get, because all of my social media is private. So a guy can't get to know me via my social media. So they have to sit there and
Inquire.
try to listen to me, but they'll do that. They'll take you out and they'll try to listen to you and get to know who you are. But I noticed that. So it's like, if you're not sharing as well, then there's a problem. But you have to watch that out, because the guy will try to get to know you. If you watch that video that Cynthia G put out, they'll try to get to know who you are, what you like, study you, and try to put that out
Be
there.
that, be that guy.
That person for as long as they can, so that you'll start falling for them, and they can rope
And
you
develop
in.
an attachment.
Yeah, and then they feel like, as soon as they feel like they got you, that's when they switch up. And then you will find out they're
Yeah, I was just about to say that. As soon as they feel like they got you emotionally attached to where you ain't going nowhere, that's when that mask is gonna slip. And then you go get the real person.
Yep, tricking you into having. I don't even like.
Yeah, we don't talk about men trapping women with babies enough. We don't talk about that at all. These men will trap you with a baby in a minute to stop your progress,
like
to slow
quick,
you
fast, and in a
down.
hurry.
Yep, they'll do it. A dude will trap you with a baby just because he thinks it's gonna make you bound to him.
They
Oh, absolutely.
will cry, they will beg.
Or to make sure because you think that it'll make you less desirable as well to other men, because it's like oh, now or it'll lower your self-esteem because now you're a single mother. Like, try to lower your worth.
It doesn't matter if you marry, they need you to marry them. I got trapped up. I'm not even gonna lie. I got trapped up with this. It does not matter if you are married to them.
I
need a baby. I need, the last girl aborted my kid. I love you. I just need to start a family. They will tell you everything in the book, the saddest stories. They're the last namesake. They're their parents' only son. Everything. I mean, you go get the violins. I mean, just play the violins. I was Steven here with his violins.
Yeah, especially if they find out that you're an empath too. If they find out that you're an empathetic person, they will lead you.
Crying, laying their head on your chest, just crying there. Soon as you are pregnant, what? Huh? What you mean?
But how'd that happen?
Like, and then if you end their lives, then you're in the wrong. And it's like, okay,
no,
like,
the baby gets Social Security.
No, then they're happy. They'll be happy as a clam, just rubbing the belly and kissing and just wanting this baby. 4 years later, where are they? Like, it doesn't matter. You could be married for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, still raising a kid on your own. Or with a stepdad, it doesn't matter. This is the thing, these dudes are liars. And then they want to run around talking about a baby mama.
Right.
You got 7 kids. You got 8 kids, dude. Somebody needs to take these dudes and line them up. I'm not even kidding, and test their brains.
Oh, I was
Like-
thinking castration, but whatever.
The castration is fine with me. No, it's hard. It's
Right, it should be. As long as it stays that way. They can keep it.
it's like seriously. Most of them, yes. I would say most of them, yes. Because it's like you're sitting here talking about. I was listening to this song today, and it's an old song. With what's her name? We're gonna remember the chick's name.
Tony Braxton.
No, because I was thinking that song today. That was not Tony Braxton. It's one of the newer chicks. She's very popular.
Doja Cat.
Not that tragic mulatto. Just keep naming people.
I'm not going to because I don't. Janet Jackson. Like I don't know people. Tony Braxton. I already said her.
Oh, come on.
Lil Kim, Foxy Brown. You know where I'm at. Missy Elliott,
No.
Mariah Carey.
Nicki Minaj. Yes. There we go.
Oh.
I don't know why you didn't name her. And it was one of those old songs that no flex zone. And you got this dude, like, they'll be like sitting there talking about F baby mamas for no reason. Like, this song has nothing to do with baby mamas. Nothing.
He just put that out there.
Yeah. And
While all the young dudes are talking about how they want to milk. So.
But this whole song is about him talking about having sex. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you can say that.
He's like, I didn't say that. That didn't happen.
For women. This whole song is about him running through women. His whole part, his literal whole part is about him running through women. Running through them, just no protection. I mean, he mentioned a condom. So I'm just to assume he hasn't mentioned any condoms, birth control, child support, nothing.
Maybe just holding him up.
And then you're gonna throw in F baby mamas. I'm assuming that you're making a whole bunch of them. So
Maybe he should stop effing them, huh?
yeah, that was my conclusion. I was like, okay, so your whole point of the song was screwing a bunch of women. You didn't mention any contraception, so
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm confused. Do you have a vasectomy, sir? No, you didn't mention having a vasectomy, so
It just sounds so dirty to me. And I don't even.
but then when I say maybe at 13, 14, get these boys a vasectomy, then I'm a problem.
I am often I forgot, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I don't know if I would get a 14-year-old a vasectomy. I think that's a bit extreme. But
Please do share. That was extreme.
they're cutting open their testicles and removing pieces and sewing things.
They don't remove anything.
Oh, they just tie stuff?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a surgical process is what I'm getting at. Yeah. But I mean, the thing is, I think that people should be a lot more worried about STDs than they are, because it's like, while they're running around worrying about getting someone pregnant, like, why are you barebacking it with
Yeah,
random people?
a child is the biggest.
Like, the child is not the biggest problem that you can encounter by.
A child is the biggest problem that you can encounter.
No, herpes, AIDS.
An entire life?
Your life is gone when you got those. Like, I would rather
No,
die.
when
I
you
would
have
not rather die than be a mother. I would rather die than have AIDS or herpes. So
Yeah, but you being a mother is about you. That's you. What about the child that you created?
I mean, obviously, I'm going to take as best care as possible of the child that I
But
created.
it's still
But
about you. That's
we're
not about
talking-
the child. That's about you. That's not about the child.
Right. So, I mean,
How
just
about
like
we not
you're
create-
born,
Yeah, but how about we not create unwanted children with bandits that don't want their kids?
how about we just not go out there raw dogging? Like, condoms are a thing.
Are you gonna control all the guys that are out there raw dogging?
Obviously, they're raw dogging with someone that's allowing them to raw dog. So,
Yeah, because there's no such thing as SA.
no, there is, but it's like, I don't think all the children that are born due to
Okay.
SA.
Well, I'm gonna say vasectomies, and then Onyx wants to get back on. So
She
I'm-
muted herself up. No one's stopping her from talking.
Well, I'm gonna share this question. Let me make sure it's up. So I'm gonna bring up this post and then I'm gonna share it.
Do it.
I just wanted to make sure it was up and that I didn't share something different. But I don't know where Onyx went. She disappeared.
She's back on. She just need to unmute herself.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Onyx, you wanna read it or you want me to? Can you guys see it?
Yeah, should I give him another chance?
Yeah. Do you wanna read it or you want me to read it?
The sister talk, I know we haven't been on in such a long time. It's probably been like months.
Someone needs to pick up.
Oh, I thought it's who's talking?
It was another sister talk, or at the beginning of the sister talk that we're on right now.
Oh, that wasn't me. Okay, I'll read it, I guess. Should I give him another chance? Several months ago, dating a 40-year-old single father, I'm a 30-year-old single mother. I started on my Bumble profile. Oh, I stated on my Bumble profile I wanted more kids. So did he. First dinner date went well. However, he's not exactly the strongest candidate. A few red flags. Aren't there always?
Right.
He was pushing this really fast with securing future dates during the date and asked me if he could come to watch me perform in an orchestra concert. Scheduled the next day with 2-day gap, made mention of having the house to himself this week. Next day, I noticed a Bumble profile completely changed. New, more age reflecting selfies and switched, want more kids to unsure. Figured me out. So I canceled our date. He asked to reschedule and I just kind of ghost. I felt no reason to talk considering how obviously weird it was. And it's not what I want. He then texted me twice after that, checked in if I'm okay. I'm not sure if I should respond to that.
I always let a guy know why it's not going to work. Because I think it's good for him to know so he won't try to pull the same stupidity on another female, because it's like, we know how stupid you are. We see your ignorance. We see your scandalousness. We see how stupid you're being. So I literally always tell them. Like, I was dating this guy And we were hanging out, we were having a bunch of fun, and I asked a lot of questions. So we were in like thorough conversations. We conversed like 2 days, and then the next day we met up, and then we hung out, and then he wanted obviously to schedule more dates, and then, or actually like 2 days later, he wanted to go out again. And then we were talking, and even the 2 days before, we were talking before we were planning on meeting up. And then I finally asked him, so, cause he's not from America. I was like, are you ever planning on going back to, the country that you're from, going back home? And he was like, no, but I'm moving to Detroit in August. This was in June. And I'm just like, so in our days of conversing, you didn't ever think to mention the fact that you were moving, but you're telling me that you want a long-term committed relationship, but you're moving in August.
Right.
No, you're looking for a hookup. And I literally told him, I was like, if you're not looking for a hookup, then you need to tell people that you're planning on moving in August. So that way, no one who goes on a date with you think that they have a potential relationship, because I'm not going to get up and move in August. I'm not.
Exactly.
So right. So obviously this is something that should have been discussed. Why did I have to pry? Because we've been having in-depth conversations about, who he was, his upbringing, what schools he went to, the kind of work he does, the kind of things he, everything, like in-depth conversations. And it's just now getting out that you're moving in 2 months. Yeah, no, we're not having a second date, sir. You're nuts.
Yeah, oh, go
I
ahead.
think you should tell him.
But do you think he should get another chance? The question was, should she give him another chance?
No, she should not give him another chance, but she should tell him why she's not giving him another chance. He's clearly not what she wants, and home dude was clearly not what I want, and that's why I told him, no, we're not going to date, and this is why.
See, I used to do that, but now I just ghost people because I feel like that's more with the times. I'm trying to be more up with the times, and then these days we just ghost. So my advice would just be ghost him, move on to the next.
Yeah, no,
and it felt right, because normally I do exactly what you do. You need to learn a lesson. You need to understand why. And I think that I used to think that it makes sense to help not just the guy understand, but I feel like it helps other women, as you said, who have to deal with him next time. But I was really okay with ghosting that guy.
well, because some guys, they know. Like, I mean, there's no way that he didn't know, but it's still like, do you really think that women are just that stupid?
I ask myself, these days, is it really my job to do any of that? No, I just he figured out at some point in his life, whoever crosses it again, leave it to them to deal with it. I don't have time for it. Moving right along.
Well, I had time, and I did not. Being a mother of boys or of guys now, I do not mind scolding a person and telling them this is wrong, and these are all the things that you did to screw up, and obviously do better.
And I say kudos to you, and I think it's great that there are people like you out there. There's also people like me out there that just ghost. You don't exist anymore. And sometimes I'll even
somebody gonna say ghosting is just too convenient.
Thank you. And look, sometimes I'll even I won't even block them. I'll just see their messages on WhatsApp. They'll just be messing. I'm how long is this idiot really gonna see them messages with no response at all? And then eventually they'll be like, oh, I'm just driving, you're ghosting me. And it's well, it took them a long time to get to that.
To catch on. Wow, you're slower than you look.
Yeah, and it's well, no, I'll just block you. I'm clearly you're not getting a response. It's probably not necessary to block me. Honestly, I am an adult enough to not respond to somebody who I'm not interested in. I don't need to go through all the, I'm not forced to interact with you. So anyway, I Go.
Oh yeah, someone said to be on the safe side, ghost them. The way black guys are moving these days, or just do it over the phone. Yeah, I don't never do that in person. Like I don't even break up with people in person. Like we could be in a long ass relationship, and you're gonna have me break up with you over the phone, by mail, from another state. We're not gonna be in the same room. No, I don't sit across the table from you and break up with you. No, because like I said, I need my guy to be obsessed with me. And can you imagine a dude that's obsessed with you and you're sitting next to him breaking up with him? Not safe. No, thank you.
Everything he's done wrong, and now he failed me.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Yeah.
It's via text, via email. I will send somebody over to tell you, but no, you're not getting it from me.
You're right. I'll send the
Email
sheriff.
is better because the text let them have him. And the
I'll send the sheriffs to serve you.
Right. Right.
But honestly, I would just ghost him too, because clearly this person is a liar. I would also,
We didn't lie. He withheld information for sure.
no, he lied. Those are lying by
Well,
omission.
Well,
That's
you know
what
what? He said he was looking for a long-term relationship. Long-term, long distance. Ain't nobody trying to be in that doctor
No, I'm
search.
talking about the guy on that.
Oh yeah, and then go change. He unsure if he want a kid.
No,
He
no.
know he didn't want no kids.
He was lying. He's manipulating.
Yeah.
He's already showing signs of that he's a narcissist. She's 10 years younger than him. Go on with your life. Like this dude, he's not offering. I didn't see him offering anything to waste her time. So it's like bye. So someone in the audience said, why do guys lie about the simplest things? Because they think they can get away with it. It's that simple. Why do you ladies think guys lie about the simplest things?
To be honest, I just don't think they're that smart, and that's why. I honestly think that's why they're not smart, because it's like when you're lying about. I won't get into it, but if you study them at a young age, you'll realize that those.
I literally taught my son from a young age.
But they'll be
Do
lying.
not lie about things that can be easily
Well,
found
he
out.
probably still do it. But my point is, guys just lie because they.
No, he doesn't to me. No, because you will get in trouble. If you lie to me about something that is not easily found out, then you're gonna get in less trouble. If it's to me, like, don't lie to me.
Because they be acting like you're stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're questioning my intelligence. You're acting like I'm that stupid. But we have a better relationship than that. And it's like, and then I can't even help you out of a situation that you're in because you just lied. You just did something very foolish and then lied about it. And it's too obvious for me to even help you get out of the situation. Like,
I don't know. I feel like you would be able to help him get out of the situation. You're very good at maneuvering and advocating for people. So I'm pretty sure you can, regardless of how you will tell somebody in their face that you did not just do something that they saw you doing. You could be literally doing it and be like, no, this ain't what you're seeing.
Yeah, you're right. But still, it's like, don't lie about something that obvious. Like, do better.
Don't try to play you for a fool, huh?
Yeah, it's like, if you're gonna lie about something that's not easily found out. But I think guys are just not that smart. Just not that smart. I think when
I didn't know.
if you watch these guys on their pod, somebody please take away the microphones and the cameras from these guys because it's bad out there. It is bad and it's unsafe. They're making a very unsafe situation, unfortunately, for not just them, but for us, because guilty by association. But like, I didn't even know how it was out there until a lot of people didn't know how it was out there until they get on the internet and start telling on themselves. Stop, just stop. Who gets on the internet and tell on themselves, just confessing and telling what you're doing? And
the thing is, that's so weird about it, they're not confessing, they're bragging. Like they're literally like, oh, just like in the rap videos, or that they're telling on the robs that they've done and how they've robbed people and killed people. A lot of it don't be true, but in some of it be true.
yeah, but at least they be like, oh, that was just art. That was just a lie. Like you're sitting there taking video with you while you're
not when they're giving details about evidence, giving details about criminal cases.
Yeah, but they could still be like, this was art. This was just like a rap song.
No, a lot of times they go to jail for it.
I know, but for a long time, there was laws that said you couldn't use what people said in the rap videos.
I think Jay-Z made that law go into effect.
There was laws. These guys right now are taking videos with them to other countries, and these countries just breaking laws. And then on podcasts, sitting up talking about what they're doing, that's illegal.
Like, wasn't Andrew Tate is his name?
He's a white man, so
I don't think he thinks he's white. I'm pretty certain he doesn't think he's white. He doesn't identify as white.
What he identifies as, it matters what he presents as.
He doesn't present as a white dude. He presents as trash. But I don't think he identifies as white, and I don't.
His skin is white. He came out of a white person. He looks like a white person. So
he does.
When white people look at him, they're looking at a white person. And they're going to say, you're not going to sit in front of a camera looking like a white person doing this. So either way. But the point is, you got a bunch of black people, black men in general, just whatever.
Following suit, just like, bruh, you don't got the privilege.
But okay, there's another question that I shall share.
And Onyx just ran like somebody won't punch her in her eye.
It doesn't have that much time. It's very, 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 very
Oh, she wants to protect her eye. She on there saying stuff.
So I'm
you're off camera.
I know that.
7 says yes, I see him as a white man too. He's definitely a white man. So I don't know what anybody else is seeing. I guess people sometimes see what they want to see, but he's definitely white.
Oh, that's a typo.
What is destroying relationships?
And that's supposed to say these days, but it's say at these days.
Oh, okay. What is destroying relationship these days? Inconsistencies.
No, I mean, there's a lot of things. I would say
lie,
podcasts,
deception.
These podcasts that gives unrealistic expectations. These gender confusions. Gosh.
Experimentation.
No, I mean, just even like people being unequipped and unrealistic about what relationships are. I don't even think that relationships exist these days. I think it's just more like hookup culture. I think
it is definitely hookup culture.
Like nobody really have, everybody's pretty much superficial. Like nobody has real values. Nobody's loving souls these days. People just like, I want this look and I want this, and that's it. And like, there's no real substance out there. There's no real thought behind what a relationship takes. There's no real problem solving, conflict resolution skills. I think poor parenting is resulting in poor outcomes of human beings. I think societal norms have changed to the point where there's, a lot of corruption out there. And there's no real, people don't really have values and morals. I think also there's a lot of people who get their sense of values and morals and ethics from church. And then once that breaks down, once that realization that, you can't really ground yourself to something, and I'm not gonna say that isn't real, but I'm saying that if your values don't come from within, they come from an outside source, then, you know, once there's, you know, that's destabilized for whatever reason, you just find yourself a cultural lackey. And I think that happens too. I mean, there's so many reasons, but that's
Well, we don't really have any representation of a positive relationship right now. So, I mean, can you tell me of anyone famous that has a positive relationship? Even like people say, oh, Jay-Z and Beyonce, but I mean, they have so many problems. So can you actually give me an example of anyone that you know of that has a positive, and to me, traditional relationships are positive, but I'm a positive functioning relationship that you know of.
well, I think when you say positive and
Can
functioning,
I say something?
huh?
Can I chime in? I would say the lack of gender roles is a big part of it. I think a lot of men wanting women to be submissive providers is a huge disruption to relationships.
Can you say
Women,
that again, please? Please just pause.
Black men in general wanting women to be submissive providers is one of the number one destruction of relationships, because it's something that is not maintainable. Women can't be the breadwinners working 40-hour, 50-hour jobs and then coming home and raising children. So
And taking care of him.
yeah, and taking care of him and then respecting him as the leader of the house. It can't work. Even if she tries to make it work, it's not maintainable.
Psyche's not gonna allow it.
Yeah, it's just not maintainable for either parties. And then there's no one really raising the children. So you see a lot of children running around, kind of raising themselves. And then there's that structural balance that's supposed to be there, the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine, it breaks down. The woman needs to have a feeling of respect and admiration towards the man in order for him to be looked at as the man of the house. And he can't be that if she is the provider of the house, even if he wants to be. And then he is always going to feel like he is, even if he wants that, when a man isn't that provider, even if he feels like he's gaining something by her providing for him, he's losing this self-esteem, and he tries to compensate that by putting the woman down emotionally. You can look at statistics and it's going to back that. So that is a big reason in Black community why these relationships are not functioning. It's not going to work until the man picks up himself and builds himself up to enough to become the man
Stop trying to
of the community and the provider and the protector, so that women can feel like they can fall back into that submissive role. And when I say submissive role, it does not mean that the man steps all over the women, bosses her around and abuses her. That is not what the man's role is. The man's role is to protect the woman, let her be the powerful woman that she is, help guide him into the things that he needs to be doing, which is being a protector and a breadwinner it's a yin and a yang. It is a balance. It is not a tug of war. And I think when we get into that realization, then these relationships will start working.
Yeah, and I don't think that's gonna happen because men have a difficult time, finding their place in the world in terms of being economical superpowers and leaders and just pulling their own. And I think that that's kind of why you see a lot of this, the gender changes and everything, because guys have such a difficult time really navigating the world as a man. And that is partially because they are being cowards and they're not taught by their fathers to be provider, so they don't know how to be provider. So they just find themselves looking for who they can leech off, which is pairing up with a woman and who can take care of them, or what's the easiest way to exist in the world without having to be without having to fight for anything, without having to stand for anything. So even if that means getting a woman that looks less desirable, so they don't have wanting his woman, or saying that I'm now a woman myself, so I don't have to have those roles of or expectations of a man, or just and I mean it's not really a good place to be in. But the reality is, until why don't you do such a thing, Ella? It's annoying. Until they figure out, and it's a them problem too, because it all is going to go back to, well, who's raising the men, who isn't raising them, because that's really what's happening. They're lacking a male role model, a positive role, a strong role. I mean, because they have a male role model. The role models are teaching them to be lazy, to be thieves, to be to just go in society and take. And
Right.
and just step out, like, not, they don't know how. So it's like you can see the aftermath of what it looks like when a man is not raised by a man. He doesn't know how to be a man. They just, so you're seeing that. But the only way for that to change is for men to actually raise their children and be leaders and be providers, example of what it is to be a positive role model in society. And you're not seeing that because they don't have that. And so start over.
Scribbled on the thing.
Address two of the comments. So Born a Diva, I get that a lot of women don't like the word submissive. And I think that's because, the manosphere and, the whole red pill community, the way that they use submissive, it's disgusting, and it makes it sound like you're just a dog and a carpet, and the man's supposed to walk all over you. And that's why I'm saying it's more of a yin and a yang. The way I see being submissive is definitely not someone, it's not an alpha, or an alpha is for animals.
They said alphabet. They don't like alphabet.
Submissive does not mean someone is walking all over you. Being submissive in a relationship, to me, I think because people don't know me, that you would understand my role, my version of being submissive. Submissive to me just means like I'm not combative in a relationship. I don't get up in a guy's face and yelling. I don't hit a guy.
You rest in your femininity.
And I think we talked about this before. So.
I'm very it's more of a compromising to me. If a situation is getting combative, I'm gonna walk away from it. It's not gonna. But I don't get myself in relationships that are like that. If I'm gonna be in a relationship with a guy, I'm gonna be in a relationship with a guy that's going to be more catering towards me, and that's gonna care about my emotions and my feelings, because a real man cares about how you feel and how he's making
How is behavior affecting you?
how his behaviors and his actions affects you.
Can I just, and
So if you're with a real man, you would feel safe to submit, because his whole job is to keep the house and the children and everybody in it safe. That is his job. Everything should be working well. That is a man's job, is to make sure everything stays calm and
Secure and safe.
I know that I'm not saying compromising is submission.
can I just?
I'm saying if there's a situation that is going awry, like if I'm having a bad day, or I'm like,
Can I just interject? So anybody's gonna submit if there's a leader. So what you is a guy who's leading the environment, who is being the leader.
yeah, whoever just said this, Natasha Forever said, I see submissiveness as simply leaning into or resting. It's yielding under the right circumstances. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Under the right circumstances, a woman should feel safe enough to do that. But these MFers are too degenerate. Exactly. But those aren't the kind of people that I get in a relationship with. I'm not going to be in a relationship with someone that is a degenerate. And that's what I'm saying. If someone doesn't make you feel like you can just
rest
under the right circumstances, then those are not relationships that you get into.
So a question I would have is, how do you know when you should get out of a relationship?
As soon as you don't feel safe enough to be submissive.
And what she means, let me just say, if someone is not serving your interest, and what exactly. I mean by that is, if you see that, like, I'm not comfortable, because I mean, it's safe is one thing, but if you're not comfortable, if you're not waking up and saying, this guy has us, he got me, we have a plan, we're going in the right direction, I see the result. Oh my God, I feel safe with this. Like, this man has a plan. I don't have to tell him, he has us. You know, and you see that because of the way he problem solves, the way he's dealing with things. Now, if you're in a relationship with someone and he is not reliable, he's not following through, you're getting stressed out because you know that he just isn't reliable. And it's like, that's not what you're going to deal with. And you shouldn't deal with that person.
And let me make this 100% clear to the women in here. I am not saying that any of you should be, I have not seen any of these guys be worthy of submission. I cannot name any guy that I would say you should submit to. So do not go out here and be like, V. Smith said we need to submit. Absolutely not. None of these guys are submission worthy. I'm just telling you, this will be the situation in which I think you could submit to. So don't think that I'm not in your relationships. I am not in your relationships. I am not giving you any advice on anything. Do not go out here submitting to these guys, because the way I've seen things working in the Black community, I do not date these guys. So
it's impossible not to submit to a leader, though. It's
exactly.
You don't have to ask about it, because you know when you're with one, because it just comes naturally. You don't have. It's like you don't have to do it because he's already doing it, and it's like, oh, I'm following because he's leading. You naturally
exactly.
Comes natural.
Yeah. If you have to ask and think and even contemplate, if it's something that you have to think about, should I submit to these guys? No, absolutely no. If you have to wonder or question or even ask someone, then that's a no. That tells you no. That guy is not a guy you should be submitting to. If he asks you to submit to him, then that's a no. That's a huge red flag. If he mentions submission to you, then no, that means you shouldn't be submitting to him. If it's something, if you ever walk in and he's listening to a video that says submission, then mention submission,
I
then
can
that.
just say this, I can just say this.
I've never heard a guy that I've ever dated mention submission.
Exactly, that is so
Never.
true. No leader
Never.
ever, if you won't catch a guy who's an actual natural leader, just
Mention
say
submission.
submission. Like, it just, no. It's like, no, where are my subordinates at? No.
T 22 said it seems as though men are expressing and understanding submission to its true definition, and women are creating their own definition of submission that is not only untrue but not true to men.
Well, I just think he's delusional, but everybody has a right to be delusional, so that's fine. And
That's a woman.
so, well, she, he, whoever. And she can be a woman today, fluid tomorrow, who knows? That's just the society we live in. So anyway, all I'm saying is everybody can have their own version of what submission is.
I mean,
I'm not gonna argue with anybody. I'm just saying, in reality, a leader, people are gonna submit to a leader regardless, to whether that's what happens to a leader.
and also there's a biblical definition for submission, there's a definition, a dictionary definition for submission. So I'm not sure what she's talking about. I don't believe in the Bible, so there's that.
Anyway, if you go to any kind of, like, if you go to work, for example, right? So there's like a leader who's usually like the manager or supervisor. They usually call in the shots and telling people what they do. And naturally, the people fall in line and they do it because that's just how things work by nature. And that's the leader. And the other people are just submitting to their, well, this is your assignment. And they've worked for that position and they've qualified for that position and they demonstrated their skills to obtain that role. And all the people who follow them, their lead, they're naturally doing that. That's just the alignment of things. So in a relationship, if there's a leader in any kind of relationship, where there is you going out with your friends and one person decide to take the lead, you're gonna just notice and the other people are just gonna be following. So anyways.
Let's move on to the other question.
And I would
I think Key said the textbook definition of submission is action or fact of accepting or yielding to a superior force or to the will or authority of another person.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
the thing is,
what I said.
okay, so I don't think that she's understanding
superior.
that even with submission, you have to give it. And so why would you give it to someone who doesn't deserve it? Someone doesn't have authority over you just because they're your boyfriend or they're your man.
But they are. Authority means the person in charge. They are in charge of leading.
But if they're in charge, right? But
they're in charge.
They have to be in charge. They have to present as in charge.
Men are not a superior force. So there's that. What man is a superior force? No. How would a man be a superior force?
I feel like anybody who's in the leadership position is taking on a superior role to an extent.
I don't.
And that's fine for you. But
I don't know what you
if
would be doing.
if I'm giving someone else if I'm giving someone else my load of work and I'm saying you take on what I'm supposed to do, and go ahead and guide and lead us in this direction, I am giving them authority. Because, and I'll tell you why, because the outcome is going to rest on me as well. So that means I'm giving away my ability to dictate the outcome because I trust that individual, their wherewithal. I trust what they've demonstrated to me. And the reality is anybody who follows someone who's leading, they have to accept that the outcome of that leadership can be in their demise. They can be to their benefit, or it can. That's real.
Yeah, I wouldn't follow someone.
If a guy is, for example,
trust.
If a guy is leading, for example, the financials for the home, and they're supposed to pay that rent or paying the mortgage or whatever, and they decide, well, I'm not going to pay the mortgage. I'm instead invest my money in strip clubs. You allow him to lead the budget and to pay the mortgage, and he's not paying it anymore. So now you don't have a house. You are.
I would never.
But I'm just
And
saying.
let me tell you this.
Can I finish? So you're trusting that person.
I would never, ever, ever, and I think you know this, allow anyone to have control over all of the money. I would
All
always-
over. So you're changing
my
the narrative
time.
to be an argument because I didn't say all that. I'm just giving an example of how when you allow someone to lead, you are having a separate.
I would allow him to lead, but I'm never, ever ever to lead.
That is giving them an authority, and you are giving them leadership, and you are accepting that there can be consequences for both your lives and theirs based on your decision to submit in that particular circumstances. So, I mean, the thing is, what the person quoted is exactly what I said. I don't see how it's any different, but go on.
What I'm saying is that doesn't mean that they are superior to the woman. That's a whole different, that's a whole different belief. Believing that they can have leadership. So that, because that's saying if I have when I'm working, that my boss is superior than me. When? I don't believe anyone on earth is superior than me. Or anyone on earth. I don't believe there's any.
I think when people say, "Can I speak to a supervisor?" they're definitely assuming that supervisor in a higher role than you and have a higher.
Yeah, you can be in a higher role than me. I still don't believe that you're superior to me. If I believed anyone was superior to me, my goal will be to destroy that person. And I think that you know that.
I think that's awesome.
Like, why do
So
I think
someone said that they were talking to someone recently, and they think that social media ruins the dating scene instead of helping it. That it was easier when men had to meet a woman in real life, and instead of just swiping right.
That's 100% true, and so many.
100% true. They had to put in way more effort. They had to show their face. They had to learn how to talk, speak, put in effort.
They had to lie to your face.
They had to first. They had to get you to go out on a date with them. They had to get women to look at them. They couldn't just like, oh, let me try to pick and act like they're choosing. You're not choosing. Like, just stop. Now they're sitting here thinking that they're choosing and that they're a prize. Dude, you're not a prize.
No, they literally say that they're the prize. It's like, what?
Yeah, because women need to stop sitting here letting these dudes think they're a prize. You're not a prize. Like Bill Gates' money is a prize, but you're not. Like that's the thing. And it really is. If you look in most of these comments, women will be like, oh, he's this and he's that, and this woman is, and dragging the women. The dude will be like so ugly, looking like a fried cockroach. And I'm not
A fried cockroach.
Yeah, there was a dude there looking like a crackhead off the side of the street, and women were sitting there dragging the woman that was complaining about her being essayed or harassed or something like that. And it's like, this dude literally looks like crackhead. And
Yeah.
like this dude's not a prize at all. You can go into any like homeless shelter and find that same dude, 10 of them, 20.
Well, yeah, I do find it pretty bizarre, the kind of dudes that are out there. But it has to be us women that is making guys believe that they are a lot more than they actually are. Allowing them.
I tell them, you are not a prize, bro. A black woman.
Right, but someone's telling him that he is. Someone other than his mother is telling him that he is.
You're a child. Girl, for me, I would rather marry a black woman any day. Any day. Like, these dudes are not prizes.
If but JJ wasn't so disgusting to me, I would probably be a lesbian instead, because black women, we're the ish. But yeah, I'll pass on some vag.
Yeah, 'cause
No,
they're not even kind of.
Such a Sagittarius. It's disgusting.
Like they're not. They just be out here doing the most and yet
No,
doing
but no,
if they could just like turn that energy into doing one thing positive. Just one. But no. Like impregnating people. Like let's answer this other question because y'all about to get me on the road that I don't want to be on. That I said I would never be on in public. So
she's like, but I digress.
you look nice.
yeah. What are the top 3 red flags to look out for when starting a new relationship? We'll start this time. We're gonna do it in order because y'all just be talking and not let me.
Ooh,
Should we elaborate or just say?
Yeah, elaborate.
oh, okay.
Okay, for me, one of them would be if the dude say anything about he's looking for a partner. I don't want to be your partner. I'm not your buddy, your homie, your a partner puts in equal. I want you to be in charge. I want you to be I want you to take care of everything. Like I just want to enjoy being like I don't even want to have to think. Like when it comes to being submissive, I'm fine with being submissive. I need to feel comfortable in that. So I want to rest in my femininity. I want to rest in just worrying about making sure, you know, I'm happy, you're happy, but I don't have to worry about any bills. I don't have to worry about the car tires being low. I don't have to worry about putting gas in the car. I don't want to worry about the oil needing to be changed. I don't want to worry about the light bulbs needing to be changed. I don't want to have to deal with any of that stuff. So yes, I will wholeheartedly submit to him taking care of everything. And me just making sure we're both happy and fulfilled by doing that. I'll book us a flight, but mostly can he have his secretary do that?
See, for me, red flags is, and it's if you.
You said 3 and I only gave 1.
Oh, okay. Well, you were a long way.
So partner, red flag number 1, 50-50, obviously that's a red flag because like what? And if you've ever dated someone of the same or been with anyone intimately of the same gender as you, that's a red flag. Okay, I'm done. I think those explain themselves.
Okay. Well, for me, if anybody has potty language, like if you cuss around me, it's like is a no. I just don't deal with people who I think you that language, especially early on in a relationship, you lack respect for women and just for people in general. And I just don't deal with anybody who has who curses around women.
What about if they say bad things about their mother?
And obviously that's a bad red flag. That's the obvious one. So yeah. But that's your red flag. For me, it's, I can start this easy actually. If you ask to go on a coffee date, for me, that's a red flag because it means you're.
Oh my gosh, yes. But someone said overly aggressive. Like, what is that?
Oh, I'll tell you what, it means you're sheep and you also have that poor judgment. So you don't know you don't have very good discernment. This is how I take it because you should know how to engage in a conversation well enough to know whether you want, like, you don't need to go out with me if you haven't decided or not, because I know people say, oh, I want to go out for coffee to get to know the person a little. Okay, well, I mean, that's a conversation. If you need to, for me, that's a big red flag. I don't deal with anybody. It's you're cheap and you don't have good discernment and you have poor judgment. And you're lazy because you're not excited enough for me. So that's a red flag. I don't like sitting around like doing stuff. I'm an active person. So red flag for me. What's another one? Another red flag. I want to say if you're ugly. I want to say if you're ugly, that's a red flag.
Someone said if you're fake, if you're a liar, like if you catch a guy in a lie.
I'm just saying, like, honestly, you don't always dictate whether, and someone if they're unreliable, like what they are saying doesn't match up Or I could, here's another one that I don't think is a red flag. No, you
Ma'am,
and they just talk more about themselves. Like I've gone on dates with people and they literally just like, and don't ask a single word about you. They'll just go on and on and on. That's a red flag to me because that means
okay, it's a red flag when you get 3 and you already said 10.
I didn't say 10.
That's also a red
These are
flag.
really important things to look out for, ladies, because you don't want to waste your time on somebody who does these things. I'm telling you, I've done it. Don't do it. Save yourself.
It's my turn.
Okay.
So
Jot those down.
the red flags that I think are very important to look out for is number 1, if their mother is still alive.
Oh my gosh.
That's
She
a
don't
no-go.
even want her to be breathing. She's like, oh, you got a mama.
If his mother is still alive,
That can't happen.
that's a no-go for me. No-go. I don't deal with mothers. Just
What if he hates her? And he thinks she's a stupid cunt?
that's a
C
red
word.
flag.
See you next Tuesday.
That's a red flag too. If she's alive and if he hates her, 2 red flags. Well, that goes in the same one because Ella mentioned it. The second red flag is if he even, and I've never encountered this, if he mentions 50-50, that's a get up and walk away. I would literally just get up and walk away. I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't look at him after that. I would just simply get up and walk away.
Right.
Because that's the most disrespectful, disingenuous, lazy, trifling, like unmasculine. The only thing I would ask is if he was transgender.
You're like, have you ever been a woman?
Because that's
You
like,
coming out as hella feminine right now.
yeah, because that's no. Like, but honestly, we wouldn't even have we would be past that. I make sure a guy is not that stupid before I even meet him in person. We're not even gonna, we will never get to an in person before that. So the third red flag, let's see.
Someone said low self-esteem.
I was gonna say, she doesn't like people with kids. I guess.
Yeah, I don't like low self-esteem, but that's a given. If he doesn't talk about
Lack
himself,
of integrity.
yeah, not sharing a lot of information about himself.
Or when they talk more negatively about everybody around them. It's like, you know, you're
Right. To try to make
Right.
themselves feel better, seem better. Yes, I loathe that.
But being secretive. Not
Yeah.
giving enough information, because then you know they're hiding stuff. This last guy that I was talking to, he was just too secretive, and then I had to go on the site and ask other people about him. You know what site.
What did you
I'm
get? What kind of information did you get? I saw the post. I was like, what? No. So what was the post? What was the stuff? Did anything come up?
Yeah, I got contacted by three women.
Oh, they contacted, did they post on the thing or did they contact inbox you?
Inbox.
Oh, wow.
that sounds so fun. I want to get into this.
I just wish they would put them on blast. Like what? They could have did it secretively. Like, cause I put someone on there too and I found out some horrible fuckery.
Yeah. Not as bad as him, but
yeah, I did mine anonymously and the people that were posting weren't anonymous.
Yeah, these dudes are sneaky. So if you definitely, if they're withholding or just being really quiet or secretive, or you have to be careful about those guys that do just let you talk. Because you think that they're just very interested in me and they're just listening and like, no, that's a red flag too. Because when they're not, they're just kind of collecting information on you so that they can either get all that information about you and try to build themselves to be who you want them to be.
Exactly.
So they can take advantage later. They can try to either love bomb you or try to just be who you want them to be. So that's definitely, it's 4 for 4
Nice.
here. I don't know where y'all are, but here's 4 for 4. So making a wish.
I didn't hear you.
It was about money, just so y'all know. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that was the last question, and this is how I'm feeling right now.
What is that? I can't see it. Q, get rid of the question so I can see what you're showing.
I'm sorry, I still got this question up. I think that was the last question. But I think we can wrap up now. That was the last question.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That looks like an egg.
No, it's like
Is that gold? I feel like that should be in my apartment.
It's a gold thinking face.
My theme is blue and gold. So my bar stools came, but
I want to see them. Which ones did you get?
the ones that you said I should get. No, they're not. They got. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love those. I'm gonna redecorate now. I don't even have a bar footstools, but I'm gonna find something. Those are so cute.
Yeah, I'm happy that I have one. I like them, so I tend to make sure I have one. Even if I don't have one, I would still get a high table with bar stools because I like to be able to spin around in circles on my table. At my table.
Have to babysit one of our nieces.
What?
Somebody asked for a SMG box.
Oh, Sanji, where are you?
Oh yeah, she is babysitting one of our nieces.
We had to babysit one of our nieces. She got babysitting duty.
Which means my child is about to call her looking for that.
See how I got tipsy off this much wine? Y'all see how I got tipsy off this much wine? Though.
Cause you crossfaded.
She doesn't drink it, that's why. Which I'm actually surprised that you're actually even having some wine.
I know.
She's only having a tiny bit.
Because y'all see how that child came out here yelling at me, and he wasn't yelling at me, but he was being annoying.
Okay, well, I have some box chicken. So.
Yeah. Who was yelling? Oh, he didn't yell at you. He came and said hi to everyone, and then he cheers us with his soda.
Y'all want to see my chocolate? I'm gonna show everybody my chocolate that my friend sent me.
You have chocolate?
You can have a cavity. See, I just went to the damn dentist, and I told this dentist that like I have a cavity, and they keep saying I don't. But I just ate something right here, and it hurt. Like there was a pain. Which means
Yeah, it sounds like you need to.
yeah,
My friend sent me this box of chocolate.
I love.
But and what kind did you get?
Oh, sure.
Rum nuggets, because I love the rum nuggets.
Oh, delicious.
They don't have that here. I would kill for some.
Oh, you got the mix box. I like the to choose my.
It's a mixed box of all dark chocolate.
Oh, dark. I mean, I don't really like it.
I don't know. I don't eat nothing that ain't dark chocolate. Ethan will try and have some.
Tell me some. I want some.
It's two.
Yeah, that looks delicious.
That looks really good.
It's 2 pounds of chocolate.
OMG.
They sell see you at the Safeway where you live too, though.
Are you serious?
It's amazing.
I
Yeah,
should
they
some
don't tell
I was
boxes of.
sold at Safeway here because the seats can be they're far.
And he sent me a 2 pound amethyst.
Amethyst?
Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
It's upstairs.
Now that's a real friend.
I know. He's my bestie.
I want some of that chocolate. That's like Nobody sent me any seeds chocolate. I don't hate everybody. I mean, I don't, but it's like, I want some chocolate, seeds chocolate. And I tried to have some milk chipped here like before, but when I got it, it was all white at the
Ew. That's
Yeah, that
gross.
was old. It was all stale. It got all stale in the transition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
the
thank you.
chocolate's so delicious.
Yeah, but it gives you pimples.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
I love chocolate.
I don't think so. Not dark chocolate.
Not milk chocolate doesn't give you.
I did get a pimple. It's
I mean,
not there.
I don't
But
know. That's disgusting.
why didn't Xtina come on?
That is a good question.
She said she was gonna come on earlier, but when I called her, she was at a dinner party.
Oh, and we don't have a.
And I was like, well, that was our fault, so you're off the hook. No one's gonna yell at you or call you. I'll see you next Tuesday for not showing up.
Yeah, I am. So,
I was gonna say Lorena might. See?
She said she might.
No, she said, I was thinking.
so what do you ladies think about that Mississippi Brawl and how it's going right now?
Oh, that chocolate. I don't know.
I'm just so proud of all those people.
They
I'm
don't
just-
talk about it here anymore. So they're talking about this lady who killed 4 infants and harmed 8 other. I mean, the nurse who killed 4 infants and harmed.
What about the one that pulled that head off of the baby while it was coming out of the womb?
I think that's a bit much.
I couldn't believe that.
I-
Like, I literally thought it was a person of color first. Because
It wasn't.
no, I thought it was because of how the hospital dealt with it and how they hid everything. But no, it was a black doctor.
Wow.
That's
I was
disgusting.
very shocked. And I can't even imagine being the mother.
Oh, I don't want to talk about this. This is I have to go to sleep and I don't want a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to have nightmares about heads being pulled off?
Hear it.
I'd like to end with something funny, like Cynthia dragging what's that chick's name? I have to find her.
I don't know, but I did the bad that I love it when she dragged me. She just such a nice.
I died laughing. I literally died.
Yeah, she comes with the funniest insult.
No, what is that orange-headed chick's name?
Orange headed.
I don't know her name. Let me find it.
You're gonna show the video?
I didn't show the video because then I have to. Well, she didn't. The first part wasn't a video, it was just her a post. Well, okay.
You're laughing already.
This post with Ice Spice.
Oh yeah. I don't think I've seen that post, but I know now I know the trick that you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll put it up just so I see. A lot of people got upset about it.
They'll be fine.
What did she say? Because I don't hear I can't see the post. Just read it. Like I don't know.
I'm
what she-
gonna put it on I'm gonna share it really quick.
So I said, what are y'all thoughts about the Queen Maker and Cynthia doing a collaboration together? I don't even know who that is. Is this something that actually happened or something that y'all are wanting to
I know
happen?
what the ad would say. I hope she doesn't, to be honest. I don't think that person.
Was it that chick that got in there without wearing a logo?
Yeah, I don't like obnoxious people, so.
Me either.
Like, please, Cindy, don't do it. I don't.
Yeah,
like
I don't want her to do it either.
it, so.
I don't even know who that is, so.
I don't know who she is either. So why would she do it?
Well, it wasn't, I don't know. I mean, I have an idea, but I
I
just
think
saw
she
someone
wasn't going to.
sent a video of, the person, like,
I agree with Natasha said that more women are opting out of the BS of marriage and children.
I think more women should too.
it's a scam. So
It is a scam.
I think women are doing their research and they're looking at, look, is it really for me? And it's not adding up to be a good choice. So.
And
Well,
not only-
I mean, if I could go back,
I just don't go back, because you can't go back for one. And
no, I think it's fine to think about, because I do that too. I think about like,
I know I swear.
I mean, my choices would be different. My situation would have been different. Obviously, I would choose better
No, but I'm saying if you
in retrospect, but I guess mine are grown, so, and my marriage is over, so like it's something that's, all of it is in the past, pretty much. So
you would have to be able to go back and have the knowledge that you have now.
right.
Like, otherwise you're going to make the same choices, because most people analyze their choices then and there, and they make the best choices for themselves in that,
Right.
the knowledge that they have of the situation. And so
Someone said the queen maker is heaven sent. Like, who is this be?
I don't think anybody who has obnoxious energy like that is heaven sent. But my heaven is different from other people, so I acknowledge that as well. My idea of what heaven.
yeah, someone that
I haven't have
I just can't see someone that loud and obnoxious and then making a video together that somebody that's watchable.
That's watchable.
Yeah. No.
Well, someone said she was on with Tanya TKO, but Tanya TKO is like very mellow and mild.
Yeah, I was gonna say certain personalities just keep to their own lane, and just not.
Because unless she can back down her energy, Sin will back down her energy. And then it's just gonna be what, like Mike Tyson and
Or what's the point of two people who have very strong opinions that are the same? Like, what will be the point of mirroring those conversations? But
that's what I'm saying, but. And then who is she? Maybe I would just need to watch some of her
I'm
videos and
thinking
see.
the same thing. Maybe I just need, because I'm just going by that one video that was sent of her calling out to do a collaboration, and from that I was no.
But last I talked to Sin, she said she wasn't doing it. Maybe she told somebody else something different. So it was this one. And everyone was mad. And
Someone said she has Down syndrome.
I wouldn't talk about somebody's appearance. I don't know if that's not nice. Am I?
I like her hair color. I love some red hair.
Yeah.
Someone said no offense to anyone who has Down, but like what? Or have family who does. That being said, definitely have a touch of that. They have dating shows with people with.
But I think it's rude to sit there and say she doesn't look like she has a touch of Down. She does. Like,
rude to say. Okay.
But I mean, she could, and there's nothing. She does, but I mean,
I don't like speaking negative about anybody's appearance.
how is that negative though? There's a lot of beautiful Down syndrome.
I didn't say other people can't. I'm just saying.
someone else saying that that's negative. To say she has a touch of Down is the one that's saying having a touch of Down is negative.
Right.
Nothing in this comment says she's ugly because she has the touch of Downs. It just says she looks like she has the touch of Downs, and she does. She looks like she's half down, mixed down.
But I don't think there's a such thing. I think you're either Downs or you're not.
I know, but thinking it and it's factual is not
It's a
cool.
spectrum thing. Like you can be on a spectrum of Down syndrome. And I'm
Yeah,
not saying I don't know, I thought you could be.
There's no spectrum on Down syndrome.
I'm just asking, I just don't
we
know.
know of.
Yeah, that we know of.
I
You're-
just thought, I mean, I just think that.
Not aliens, but now the CIA is sitting there saying, yeah, there's been aliens.
There,
Well, I mean, we already knew that though, because like common sense. How are we the only planet in the galaxy that has life on it? Like that's just stupidity.
And saying, no, there's no aliens, y'all are crazy, y'all are going to jail for saying there's aliens, lock these people up, they're not cases. Now the CIA is saying, yeah, there's aliens. Well,
The proof is out there.
yeah, but now the literal CIA is saying, yeah, there's aliens, now what? So what y'all gonna do about it?
Well, did you watch this? There's a TikTok video that said that they're priming people to do some fake aliens taking over kind of situation so that they can like kind of get people into control.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
No.
so how are we
What?
saying there's no spectrum for downs when because we don't know, but the CIA is saying, yeah, there's aliens. So what are y'all gonna do about it? We also just lasered Maui and what?
Someplace
Spokane.
in Washington.
Yeah. So what are y'all gonna do about it? They're saying, well, what are y'all gonna do about it?
I want some chocolate. All I
We
can
gave
think
y'all
about is
some fake
chocolate.
injections too.
All I can think about is the chocolate that you had.
They said we gave y'all some fake injections and also Chick-fil-A's racist, but y'all still keep buying chicken. So
And then
Also, chicken is the blood in chicken is supposed to be bad for Black people's blood.
they said lines
that?
out the door. They said Chick-fil-A got lines out the door all the time.
Yeah.
And lives
I
matter.
never
So
had Chick-fil-A, so I don't know what the lines are about, but I don't do lines anyway. I don't do a queue. I can't.
but they said lines out the door. So what now?
Because
What, what are y'all because that's it. What are y'all gonna do about it?
they have the people that you guys are saying are people are aliens. So it's like
But the thing is,
Somebody gonna say they want another mate option. So if the aliens visit them again, they gonna see if they have a protected spot.
they just made those the fake meat. What were those fake meat burgers called?
burgers.
They want to know if the aliens can provide and protect.
What were those fake meat burgers? Ella?
That's actually could they do
Ella, what were those?
Impossible.
They said
Impossible.
they said those impossible burgers were poison, but they just put those out and everybody ate those. So now
I read I watched that video that you sent, and they didn't say nothing about it being poison. They said chemicals, and everything is chemicals. We're made of chemicals, so
literally said that they were poison and pulled most of them off the market.
They still sell them here.
now they said some rats died, but I mean rats die anyway. Everyone's gonna die at some point.
Oh, like I'm keeping my burgers.
I mean, it's the only burger I get, and I love cheeseburgers.
Oh,
They said the police just shot an 11-year-old Black person, and they said, "What are y'all gonna do about it?" Nothing.
Somebody gonna need to make an example of that police officer.
They
I
also
say,
just
throw your
arrested-
hat up. I say somebody need to throw their hat up, and
They
everybody need to
also
vote.
just arrested an 11-year-old Black boy for taking out his garbage.
I saw that and I was like, "Hey, that's a problem."
And they said, "What are y'all gonna do about it?" They swarmed this little boy with a whole bunch of cops right in front of his Black daddy, and his daddy didn't do nothing. And they said, "What? Nothing." They put out a post statement. Did you see that statement? Talking about they're sorry for the inconvenience.
I don't think Cynthia made fun of anyone with Down syndrome. So
Make fun of nobody.
someone said making fun of people, especially women with Down syndrome, or people who you think that they look like they have Down syndrome, is very Viola. Cynthia has a disgusting ways about her.
Oh,
I would say you have disgusting ways about you. Prove that she made fun of somebody. Obviously, you're illiterate if you read that thing and saw something that made fun of anybody.
And also that wasn't Cynthia's comment. So
No, that was Cynthia's comment, and it didn't make fun of anybody. So I would say get hooked on phonics. Learn how to read better.
Or a comprehension, that's all. Maybe you misconstrued. It said she had Down syndrome. That person looked like they had Down syndrome, but it never said anything negative about Down syndrome. Or-
Down syndrome. Ice Spice looks like she has Down syndrome, so far that's her problem, not her.
And then
Moving
she
right-
said no offense to anyone that has Down syndrome. So she's saying for the fact that my Spice, they're saying that
Ice Spice.
my Spice is the ugly one. So they're actually
It's not my.
it was an insult to MySpace, and they didn't want people with Down syndrome to feel insulted because they was correlating her looks with MySpace. So that's what she said.
There's nothing in that statement making fun. There was no laughy faces. She didn't laugh. She didn't say she was ugly. She said she looks like she has a touch of Downs. Maybe you think people with Down syndrome is ugly. That's on you. That's not on anybody else. Maybe you should take a closer look at yourself.
And we can't control how you think, so.
Yeah, nobody up here controls how you think and what you think about people with Down syndrome.
And Cynthia can't speak to your hatred for Down syndrome.
Yeah.
So
Cynthia,
that was their response to African goddess.
So that's
Yeah,
why-
Cynthia doesn't speak to your hatred towards people with Down syndrome. We're sorry that you're offended by the look of people with Down syndrome. I hope that you can learn to have sensitivity to other people and their disabilities. Maybe you should go to a disability sensitivity class. Thank you.
And stop trying to blame Cynthia for your interpretation.
Yeah. Please stop blaming our sister for your interpretation of whatever you read. Get some help. Anyways, moving
Moving
right.
right along. Well, I'm glad they set you straight, African.
People in Maui are really trying to move on from the burning of their island, but it seems like the mayor wants to now sell the island to some.
Are you serious?
No, because
Yes.
Selling
Yeah.
it to who?
to some
Because didn't
to some realtors. For some very cheap-
Zuckerberg and Oprah buy Kauai?
Oprah's
Yeah, but
burned.
and it's a realtor that I heard is a pretty popular realtor. I guess they wanted to buy it before it burnt down. But the people didn't.
But now that it's cheaper.
No, they didn't want to sell it. They were living here. It was low. These were like
that's
the
why they burned
poor,
it down.
the lower income
Income communities,
Sounds like that's why
communities
they-
where the actual
Hawaiians lived.
Hawaiians live for the most
Oh,
part.
that's wretched.
And that's
So-
why they do it, so they can buy it.
So saying someone looks like they have Down syndrome is making an observation. She did not say she didn't like it. You don't like it, which means you have a problem with someone that looks like they have Down syndrome. That is a you problem, African goddess. That is not a Cynthia problem. I would just say you should go look at yourself and work on your issue.
Look and
You're going to get blocked if you keep harping on this.
stop harassing Cynthia. Like, leave her alone.
Like you're literally harassing Cynthia. And if you keep harassing our sister, you're just gonna get blocked because I keep telling you that that's a you problem. So you need to sit with yourself, read some kind of sensitivity books on people with disabilities. She told her she didn't have any problem with people with Down syndrome. The girl does look like she has Down syndrome, and that's just that. There's no gaslighting here. You're gaslighting us. Because you're telling someone they said something that they didn't say, that they
No, you're telling someone their interpretation of what they said. It's like if Cynthia interprets she's telling you, she told you what she said. She told you in exact what she means. And you're interpreting it as something different and then go tell us Cynthia's interpretation, like we don't know our sister. We know our sister. We know what she mean by what she says, but we don't need you to interpret it for us.
But mostly, who the hell cares? She can say whatever else she wants to. I'm pretty sure she said on her platform, not yours. So it's like you don't like it, then who the hell cares? Like honestly, just don't listen to what she has to say. Like, why are you here in our space telling us about, like, who cares? There's a lot of things. There's gonna be times when people say things that you don't like. You can either close your ears, you can move it along. I mean, you can post and say whatever, but it's like really interesting.
Right, Pinky, they can just deal with it and move on. And we've moved on and we're trying to move on, and you keep interrupting our moving on. So we're just gonna ignore you in the chat at this point. You're twerking in the chat, you're trying to get attention. And at this point, if you have a problem with it, go to Cynthia and tell her you have a problem.
And go live on her show and have a conversation with her about it. I'm sure she'll put you in there. I'm sure she'll let you on the show.
Even like no one here listens to Ice Spice. Like, I don't even know. I can tell you one thing that has came out of her mouth. When you look at her, she looks like she has Downs. That is not anybody's problem. No one's saying that she's.
Should we investigate this further? How old were their parents when they had her? What does their genetics look like? If that's, but like, who cares? Like, even if she.
No, we saw her mother, and her mother looks different. She looks like her mother, but with Downs.
But if
Well,
she,
somebody else said she has alcohol syndrome. Somebody else said she has alcohol.
Who cares if she does? So who cares if she
People
does?
are allowed to make
What's the point?
observations though. Like, who are you to say people can't make observations?
Because it's not like taking away from her money. Like, that's as our opinion, our Cindy's opinion of Ice taking away from her money. No.
I just insult them.
There's a matchmaking dating show with people for only people with Down syndrome.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it and then I was like,
Watching it, they look like that.
I would prefer
So if
not.
Cynthia was to say they look like they have Down syndrome, would she be insulting them? Like if she watched the show and she didn't read the title and she didn't know that it was a show for people with Down syndrome, and she's like, oh wow, it looks like they all have Down syndrome. Would that be an insult?
Well, no Democrat says, ladies on the panel, I realized long ago that a lot of people are not that intelligent, even with a degree.
Say
Yeah,
that. Say
say
that,
that.
folks. Man.
Like, just say less after. Let's just stop talking. But
People say Meg the Stallion looks like a horse, and no one bats an eye.
because Meg the Stallion isn't white passing. And so you're not allowed to say things about biracials that are white passing. But if someone is a dark skin or a brown skin, then you can drag them through the mud and say whatever you want to about them.
And also,
And
horses are
she
majestic.
looks stunning. So her looks.
And Meg the Stallion is beautiful, beautiful woman. She looks like a queen. Love her, love her. Yeah, they were allowed to shoot her in the feet, and everyone dragged her through the mud. Instead of
Well, and the thing is, so this is what should let you know that it is your perception of people with Down syndrome, because maybe the reason why no one complained about they said she looks like horse, because horses are beautiful. They're known for being beautiful, majestic, gorgeous creatures.
It's because she's dark skinned. It's literally because she's dark skinned, and this Ice Spice chick is white passing. That's why. And because it happens all of the time, if the person is white passing, then
They get protection.
can say whatever, and they're untouchable. They can be, Doja Cat can say whatever she wants to and be extremely racist, and you better not say anything about her. Meg the Stallion gets shot, and she's the problem. She should have just took those bullets and shot.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. So the delusion in this community is just, there's more white supremacy in the Black community, I'm not even kidding, than anywhere. You can go to a Klan rally and you will see less white supremacy. I'm like, it's really sad. Like, I've just never seen it before. I mean, we grew up in Washington. around all white people, and I've never seen more white supremacy than when you step into these Black communities online.
Yeah, there's a lot of self-hatred, and it's all brainwashed. It's all been subliminally programmed into everyone's psyches, but it is what it is, and we need to recognize it and just stop perpetrating that, because I mean, if anything, we need to have each other's back. Like I said, throw up the hat and protect one another. Maybe that's what she needs to do to get some protection. Throw up her hat. Somebody grab chairs and protect these Black people. Get out there.
Don't protect each other in the Black community. I'm so glad that we had each other and we had our sisters, and like we didn't sit there and look at each other's tone and take out paper bags, because I swear the Black community, and it isn't just the men, would just like take out paper bags and see which people have value and which ones don't. And it's like, well, if you're as yellow as this yellow paper, then you know you have value, but this one is too dark, you know, the paper bag is lighter than there, so they don't have value. And it seems like that's how they determine who has value and who doesn't.
Yeah, we
And
wouldn't like that, because we have so many different skin tones and different shades within our family, and
Yeah.
we were very tight knit. So we never even looked at, you know, people as different based off of their skin tone.
No, it was just like we're all Black and we're
Right.
all the same, and it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't understand it. I can't even comprehend it. And it's like, if you're a guy, it seems like then it doesn't really matter.
People with darker skin was
Yeah.
better, like they're closer to nature.
No,
Yeah.
because dark skinned guys tend to be considered as more masculine and more attractive than
And I
more
feel
masculine for sure. More
more attractive in my opinion than darker, in my opinion.
I
Yeah,
do,
but
even though I don't date them, I do find them
way
visually
more appealing to the eyes.
But I find dark skinned Black women, but that's just, I don't value them less. The value is the same, but I mean, you visually find whatever is more, I find they look more regal, so more towards Africa. So I like, oh, okay, that's, you know what I mean? It looks
Yeah.
more regal
I
and
think this is more pure.
elegant, and but it doesn't, I don't value them less or anything like that. So it's more like, okay, I like purple more than this, but I don't like, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't think people are more valued because of the shade of brown that they are. I think
Right.
people are biracial when they're not Black, so I don't put them in the same category as Black people. So Ice Spice to me is, she's more white than she is Black, so I wouldn't even put her in the category as Black. Doja Cat isn't Black, so I wouldn't put her in the category as Black people. If I was like, oh, let's save all the Black people, then I'm saving all the Black people. I wouldn't be like, hey,
Light
let's.
skin, dark skin, middle complected, brown skin. It's
No,
all
I
Black
wouldn't be like, let's go get Doja Cat and Ice Spice. They're not Black. So for me, there's just a lot of different nuances to it. But not to say like, let's leave them all, you know. It's just, to me, those are different category, different races of people. That's
What
just
are we
my
even talking about anymore?
races.
Color.
Color.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people's value on different Black people.
Well, I'm starting to notice that they're putting and I don't know if it's Black people. It's definitely not, because Tyler Perry's, all of his women in his shows are light skin. But I'm starting to notice that white-owned media production companies are starting to put a lot more dark-skinned women in their stuff.
Because that's what white men prefer.
Right. So what you're saying is it's not what Black
people.
men prefer. And so
Mhm.
that's why Black men are putting mostly high yellows in their movies and things, but white men prefer dark skin Black women And so that's why regular media is portraying or putting more dark skinned women in their shows.
Right.
That makes sense. It sure does.
Yeah, but Onyx needs to go to bed. It's
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, we've been on for a couple hours, so I'm fine with going on another day if y'all want to. Just choose a day.
whenever Onyx is feeling bold,
I'm sitting here eating box chicken. That's what's really happening.
you really shouldn't be at 4 in the morning eating box.
It is 4 in the morning, and I'm definitely.
Yeah, I want that tree, but it won't be just dead in my house. I like
Is it real? Is that a real plant, Onyx?
Of course.
Nice. My trees are sad.
Oh, this one.
My
this
houses, they're
one is
fake.
sad because it fell. It had a fall, so it's sad. And this one is actually sad because it doesn't get enough sunlight. So they're not.
I have lights on mine, and
Invested in lights. They're not paying any bills. They're definitely not getting any light. It doesn't come straight from the sunshine.
I mean, but you have sunshine shining through.
I'm not buying lights for plants. Sorry,
Oh,
I'm not.
hey, Stan. Oh, now I want some pizza. I think I'm gonna make a pizza.
You're gonna make it.
The child got these little stuffed crust pizzas, and I think I'm gonna make one.
I heard it told the child to come.
Oh,
Well,
Ethan?
yeah.
The team.
Aw.
No,
I
I'm saying
want
his
some.
name. Yeah, he got these little stuffed crust pizzas, and I'm gonna eat his, and then
They're little stuffed crust pizzas?
yeah, they're like those. They're like this size. This is what he got for him.
Oh, steak. Yeah, he always wants some steak. He's gonna cook it.
What's his blood time?
That's my guy. So I did the same thing. That's for tomorrow though. I'm gonna do steak and a sweet potato, roasted sweet potato. I can eat steak every day.
Well, his Auntie
I
Sam,
didn't eat vegetables, Onyx.
Auntie Sam taught him how to make one last time she was here. He's gonna have her teaching him how to make enchiladas next time.
Nice.
I asked Mom to make enchiladas.
And then some fried chicken that he thinks we're gatekeeping the recipe.
Send in the chat box, lighten it up.
Oh,
Glad you rolled up, Sin, because that was getting on my nerves.
She's like, you be hating on me all the time. She think you have an obsession. Yeah, so
come for her.
simmer down with that obsession.
She almost got blocked, but we didn't block her, but she almost got blocked.
Okay, well, I'm staying on just a little bit longer.
Yeah, but Ethan said that we all gatekeeping some fried chicken recipe from him, and I'm like, boy, bye. And then he's gonna say, since he's biracial, he has to boil his fried chicken.
It's so silly. Remember that video that B put up there that had these people, this woman, I guess she had boiled some chicken and some rice and there was clearly no seasoning anywhere to be found. And this white dude was like, what did he say? He wasn't even, he doesn't proclaim to be white anymore when it comes to stuff like that.
He doesn't identify anymore.
He doesn't identify. If they're gonna be doing stuff like that, he don't identify as damn white. He's like, and then he showed his spice drawer. He's like, I got seasoning. This behavior is not of me. I found that to be hilarious.
Yeah. I thought it was funny when he said he has to boil his fried chicken. I said, okay, you do that. That's what you feel like you need to do. How is that gonna work out? He gonna fry it and then boil it? Or boil
Ew, that would be gross.
I'm like, you just wait till 1 year after you get here. And ain't nobody gatekeeping nothing from you.
I am when I get there.
Well, she's in other people's, Sin says she's in other people's chat boxes talking about me being the hater that she is. Can y'all do sister talk with a tort reader? Oh, no. That might,
Yes, absolutely, yes. I would love to. I
where
would.
do we go find the tort reader?
Send one through.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Email Onyx about that.
I don't know about people being in my business.
All right, for it.
I got secrets that I want to keep.
She'll want y'all in her business like that.
Well,
They
the
might
thing
be
is, I
y'all
think
in
discernment to know whether or not people be lying for one, and also it's not always accurate because it just says what's what your path is, what your those things change, so it's never set. Nothing.
Yeah, plus somebody always hating, as Cynthia says.
Yeah.
What if we get one that's a hater and then start hating, talking about,
Then you call the bishop. I mean, sorry.
well, I don't even know how to have calls. We need to make it where people can call in.
Ain't nobody trying to call him.
Would anybody want to call in?
She lurking and watching her channel, but haven't taken a
We
look.
don't
So.
wanna- Yeah, that's what we said. We call in to your show and bring her beef over there. She's in there talking about people gaslighting her and lying, talking about you made fun of somebody, even though we literally pulled up what you said and there was no making fun, just making a statement about your perception. And I have the same perception.
Observation.
Yeah, your observation, and I observed the exact same thing. She looked like she has Down syndrome. Oh well, like that's nobody's problem. You didn't say she was ugly because of it, like. Right, Sin be living in people's minds rent free, and that's fine. And they should be paying rent though. I mean, they should be paying her rent to be there. Like, send some money. It's like, don't just talk, just send money. Every time you think about send her some cash app. Send her a cash app.
Did you know? Did I tell you that the UK has? Oh, I don't know whether it's UK or US, but you can't even send cash apps beyond 100 pounds in a month to the UK anymore.
Oh, you can send it here.
You mean to like one person or in general?
Well, I
I can send $7,000. People can send me $7,000 a week.
in general, you can't. You can only spend the max. Send and receive the max of 100 pounds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She does look like she has Down syndrome. And some people are attracted to people with Down syndrome. Like they became boyfriends and husbands and having babies and baby daddies just like everybody else. So I don't see the problem. Ice Spice she's not lacking for any dudes. She probably got all kinds of black men. So I mean, I don't see what the problem is. She'll be a baby mama soon, real soon, trust me. And then we'll see if she has Down syndrome.
How was that?
I'm just saying. But so I'm bored of this conversation.
Yeah, and I said I was getting up at 5. I said I wanted to start getting up earlier, and now it's going to be 5 before probably 6.
And
No, I said I
as
want.
much as they think about Cynthia, they should parent. Yeah, they should be parents. They're like stalkers. But like, if you're gonna stalk somebody and think about her all the time, you should be paying her, is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I concur. Okay, well,
I think it's night time for me.
all right, well,
Ella wants to go night time. I want to go lay in the sun before it's gone. And eat some pizza, which I shouldn't.
And the sun should be coming up where Onyx is.
Is it? I know it gets daytime.
when did the
Is
sun
it,
rise today?
does anybody watch The Boys?
Yeah, how can I even hear Alexa if you're talking?
Is anybody watching The Boys? Is it that show with where they're killing the superheroes?
No.
I don't. I think I already watched it.
Anyways, it's a good show. I'm gonna watch it. I think I'm gonna find somebody on Tinder to come watch it with me, but I'm not sure.
Find the Tinder sort.
But he can't sit next to you.
Yeah, he
She's
has
not
it.
gonna let him sit next to her. I don't even know why he would want to come and watch with her. It's gonna be a 3 people couch, and he better stay on the far end, and she'll be on the other far end.
Because he's gonna bring me something. Like,
Okay.
it's,
I mean, you're not supposed to show up at people's house empty-handed. It's just rude. So
I would have let somebody from Tinder come to my house.
right. And so,
Be careful, ladies.
yeah, he'll bring me something. But what?
So you guys ready to end the live then? I don't want to like cut it.
Yeah, but stay on Zoom really quick because I want to.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for